Get ready because this is not the same AC Milan. Sometimes to truly restart, you have to burn everything down and begin again. Milan did exactly that. After failing to qualify for any European competition, the club made a brutal but necessary decision.
I tifosi devono sognare, noi bisogna lavorare, ma soprattutto noi, i ragazzi ci devono regalare delle vittorie e devono mantenere alto l'entusiasmo ai tifosi perché avere lo stadio pieno è molto importante.
New coach, a complete reset of the squad. 29 players gone from the previous season. No nostalgia, no half measures. Then came the rebuild. Milan invested 162 million euros and brought in real difference makers. Ardon Jasharin, Samuele Ricci, Koni de Winter, Christopher Nkunku, Pervis Estupinian, Zachary Atakam, Adrian Rabiot, David Odogu, Niklas Füllkrug, and, as the final statement of intent, a 40-year-old legend who still bends games to his will, Luka Modric.
Salamaca's across, and there he is!
The numbers are brutal. After 21 league matches, Milan have collected 46 points. Exactly the same tally they had in the season they won the Scudetto under Stefano Pioli. In fact, across recent years, only one Milan side has done better at this stage. The 2020-2021 team that reached 49 points and marked the club's return to the Champions League. This Milan has gone straight at the Giants. They ended Napoli's unbeaten streak. They beat Inter in the Derby della Madonnina.
Salamaca's and Pulisic is...
Juventus could not stop them, and since matchday 1, Milan simply have not lost. 21 rounds in, still standing, still growing, still hungry. Massimiliano Allegri has brought something back that had been missing for years: control, clarity, and authority. This is a Milan that knows how to suffer, how to compete, and how to win ugly when needed. A Milan that looks comfortable carrying the weight of being the biggest club in Italy. Allegri already knows what it means to win at AC Milan. This is not a new experiment. He was in charge before, between 2011 and 2014, a period in which Milan won the Scudetto in 2011 and the Italian Super Cup in 2012. He understands the weight of the shirt, the pressure, and what this club demands when results really matter. And right now, Massimiliano Allegri is making the difference again. Style or no style, luck or no luck, romance or pragmatism. None of that really matters when you look at the facts, because facts never lie. After 21 match days, Milan have 46 points. That is 15 more than last season at the same stage. Last year, under Sergio Conceição, Milan had just 31 points. Today, they are riding a run of 20 consecutive matches without defeat.
Through to Nkunku!
That is not momentum. That is structure. Even more impressive, Milan are now elite at both ends of the pitch. They boast the second best attack and the second best defence in the league. Allegri's side have scored 34 goals so far, only behind Inter's 44, and that is already 4 more than they managed after 21 games last season.
Rabiot might be tempted here!
Defensively, the transformation is even clearer. Milan have conceded just 16 goals.
Saved by Mignon!
Only Roma with 12 have done better. Last season, at this same point, Milan had already let in 23. So the real question is not if Milan are back. The real question is, how did Allegri rebuild this team so fast? Massimiliano Allegri's AC Milan are a fast, ruthless team that know exactly how to punish space. When opponents step high, Milan do not hesitate, they attack the gaps with speed and intent. A huge part of that control comes from midfield, especially Luka Modric, who is dictating games with elite efficiency. He is completing 91% of his passes. Despite being Milan's most involved player on the ball, and even in the attacking third, his accuracy sits at an outstanding 83%. Milan often like to defend with the ball. They slow the game down, keep possession, and control the rhythm so the opponent cannot breathe. But Allegri has shown tactical flexibility. In matches like the Derby della Madonnina and against AS Roma, Milan dropped deeper, accepted pressure, and focused on something very specific: destroying teams in transition. In those games, Milan stayed compact and disciplined. They allowed shots, yes, but very few clear chances. Against Roma in particular, Milan actually created the better chances, despite having less of the ball. That tells you everything about how efficient this system is. The midfield trio is the key. Modric is the brain.
Modric! And then Nkunku!
Samuele Ricci gives structure and intelligence. And whether it is Youssouf Fofana, Adrian Rabiot or Ardon Jasharin alongside them, Milan always keep balance. They shift aggressively towards the side of the opponent's attack, closing space as a unit. Players are given the freedom to step out and press when the moment is right, creating overloads around the ball. This constant pressure forces mistakes, wins second balls, or pushes the opponent backwards, restarting their build-up far away from Milan's box. When AC Milan build from the back, the structure is very clear and very deliberate. Milan usually split their centre-backs, opening the central and left-sided defenders to receive wide. At the same time, the right centre-back drifts even wider, almost behaving like a right-back. This movement allows Pervis Estupiñán to push high on the left, giving Milan natural width and stretching the opponent early in the phase. In midfield, rotation is constant. Luka Modric, who often starts as the deepest midfielder, regularly steps higher to influence play closer to the final third. When he does, the other two midfielders drop closer to the defensive line, forming a temporary double pivot that keeps passing lanes open through the centre and protects against counters. Because the right centre-back moves wide, the right wing-back is free to advance and frequently joins the forward line as an extra attacker. Up front, Rafael Leão, Christian Pulisic and Alexis Saelemaekers rotate intelligently. One of them drifts inside to occupy central defenders, while another stays wide to stretch the backline. This constant movement makes Milan unpredictable and difficult to mark. Milan mix their build-up well. At times they play short and patiently, connecting passes to draw opponents out. At other moments, they go direct, hitting long balls from deep to exploit the speed of their attackers and the advanced right wing-back. When Milan choose the slower route, the objective is simple: find Modric. Once the ball reaches him, attacks restart instantly, often with 1 or 2 touches. Higher up the pitch, Milan attack with numbers and speed. Quick combinations, short passes and through balls, especially down the flanks, are central to their approach. Modric acts as the conductor, drifting into pockets of space and unlocking compact defensive blocks with his vision and range of passing. Defensively, the three centre-backs stay close together to control space. The right wing-back positions himself almost level with Modric, helping dominate the middle zones. On the left side, the left central midfielder moves wide, almost like a wing-back, creating overloads in the final third, a role recently shared by Adrien Rabiot and Saelemaekers. Estupiñán then shifts inside into a left-sided midfield role, while the right central midfielder mirrors this movement on the opposite flank. Now that we've broken down AC Milan's tactical idea under Allegri, we have to talk about the men who turn that plan into something genuinely frightening. This Milan is not scary because of theory, it's scary because of the players executing it. And we have to start with the newest weapon. Niklas Füllkrug didn't need time to explain himself. Against Lecce, Milan secured a massive 1-0 win thanks to him. He came off the bench in the second half and instantly changed the game. One cross from Alexis Saelemaekers, one perfectly timed run, one brutal header in the 76th minute. Goal. Game decided, 3 points secured. That goal wasn't luck, it was profile. Füllkrug's aerial power gave Lecce constant problems. He occupied centre-backs, attacked crosses, and created space even when he didn't touch the ball. In just 17 minutes of normal time, he registered 2 shots on target and scored the winner within 3 minutes of coming on. That's why Milan signed him. A striker who doesn't need rhythm, he brings chaos immediately. Now we have to talk about Captain America. How has Christian Pulisic become one of the best players in Serie A? Simple. Consistency, influence, and freedom. Despite Milan missing Europe last season, Pulisic never disappeared. Under Allegri, he has become the heartbeat of this team. In the 2025-2026 season so far, Pulisic has 10 goals and 2 assists in 19 games across all competitions. And those numbers only tell part of the story. He makes Milan tick in big moments. He already lifted silverware this year, winning the Supercoppa Italiana, his first trophy with the club. Allegri changed his role, and it unlocked him. Instead of being chained to defensive duties, Pulisic now plays closer to goal in a 3-5-2. Often as a striker with total freedom to roam. He drifts left, attacks central spaces, and arrives in the box with perfect timing. This is the version of Pulisic that hurts teams. His evolution at Milan has been constant. In his first season, he scored 15 goals in 50 games. In his second, despite instability and managerial changes, he delivered 17 goals and 12 assists. Now, in his third season, the numbers continue, but the feeling is different. He looks liberated, confident, in control, and he shows up against the best. Goal and assist against Napoli. Goal against Inter in the Derby della Madonnina.
Saelemaekers and Pulisic.
2 goals and an assist against Udinese.
Pulisic!
A brace against Torino. This isn't form. This is status.
Ricci. Pulisic!
If Milan lose Pulisic, the whole system suffers. But here's the key part. Pulisic is not alone. The most expensive signing of this transfer window for AC Milan was Christopher Nkunku, and it's easy to see why. He is explosive on the dribble, aggressive when attacking defenders, and a natural finisher. Nkunku is devastating between the lines, loves to operate in the left half space, and times his runs into the box with real intelligence. In an attacking system like Milan's, he is the perfect connector between midfield and attack, as he showed with his flawless assist against Sassuolo. But he's not just a creator. Nkunku is more than capable of becoming Milan's main scorer, thanks to how lethal he is in front of goal. His versatility makes him a tactical gift for Allegri. This season with the Rossoneri, Nkunku already has 5 goals and 2 assists. He was the hero against Fiorentina.
Through to Nkunku!
Stepped up when Milan needed him against Como, scored a brace versus Hellas Verona.
Goes Nkunku and he scores!
And found the net again in the cup against Lecce. He delivers in moments that matter, but even with Nkunku's impact, the most dangerous and unbalanced player in Milan's attack is still Rafael Leao. 7 goals and 2 assists in Serie A tell part of the story, but everyone knows what truly makes Leao special. His raw pace is terrifying, powered by elite physical strength, and his 1v1 ability turns defenders inside out. He is Allegri's ultimate weapon when Milan want to stretch the pitch and strike in fast transitions, just like his goal against Cagliari. On top of that, Leao has a powerful long-range shot, something he showed brilliantly against Fiorentina.
Good ball!
When Milan need chaos, speed and fear in the opposition backline, Leao is the player who delivers it. Where you truly see how serious this new AC Milan under Allegri really are is in midfield. This is where the project becomes real. Pay close attention to these names: Luka Modric, Adrian Rabiot, Youssouf Fofana, Samuele Ricci, Ardon Jashari, and Alexis Saelemaekers. Luka Modric is the brain, the reference point, the man who controls rhythm and tempo. He usually starts as the deepest midfielder in build-up, organising everything with his vision and range of passing. Yes, at 40, the physical decline is natural, but his quality is untouched. His football IQ is still elite, and Milan protect him with structure and balance so his influence never fades. Adrian Rabiot and Youssouf Fofana operate as relentless box-to-box midfielders. They run, press, recover and arrive. Fofana brings energy, tackles and constant coverage. Rabiot, after his injury in November, has exploded into form. 3 goals and 3 assists since returning. Match after match, he looks more dominant. With all respect to Modric, Ricci and Jashari, the best Milan midfielder this season has been Adrian Rabiot. What he does physically is outrageous. He covers ground, wins duels, arrives in the box and decides games. His long-range strike against Torino was goal of the season material. Against Como, his high press led to a recovery near the box and a ruthless finish. In the air, he is a weapon, as shown by his assist to Pulisic versus Hellas Verona. Inside the box, he attacks space like a second striker. His awareness is instant, finding teammates in milliseconds, like his assist to Leao against Cagliari. This is an elite midfielder in total control. Samuele Ricci and Ardon Jashari playing together for the first time was a revelation. Ricci, as a central mezzala, looks perfectly at home. He is intelligent, disciplined defensively, links beautifully with the organiser, and still offers threat in attack. And his long-range shooting, deadly. Just ask Atalanta. His technique is clean and precise, as shown by his assist to Pulisic against Torino. Ardon Jashari delivered a very strong performance too. Calm on the ball, aggressive without it, intense in duels. This is a player with huge potential and a very high ceiling. Milan have something special in him. And then there is the hidden gem, the player not talked about enough, Alexis Saelemaekers. What a season he is having. Elegant, intelligent, technically refined. His reading of the game is exceptional. Just look at the assist he gave Modric, or the perfect control and delivery for Niklas Füllkrug against Lecce. That action could not have been executed better. And he is not just a creator, he scores too. He attacks the box like a second striker, as seen in his goal against Napoli. And he has a very clean long-range shot shown against Parma.
Back in position. Saelemaekers goal!
This is why Milan are the second best attacking team in Serie A. The balance, the intelligence, the physical power and the technical quality of this midfield make Allegri's Milan a genuinely terrifying team. Now we have to talk about one of Massimiliano Allegri's biggest victories of all, fixing the defensive chaos at AC Milan. Last season, the Rossoneri conceded 43 goals in 38 league games. That was not title-winning football. This season, Milan are the second best defence in Serie A, having conceded just 16 goals. That swing's not luck. It is pure Allegri. So what did Allegri do? First, he changed the structure. Milan now defend with a 3 centre-back system that naturally drops into a back 5 when the wing-backs recover. This gives the team constant numerical security in the box and protects the central zones where Milan were repeatedly punished last season. Second, Allegri abandoned reckless pressing. Instead of chasing the ball non-stop, Milan now defend in compact blocks, prioritising shape over chaos. The midfield shifts as a unit, closing passing lanes, using zonal marking to overload dangerous areas. The goal is simple: deny space, deny time, force mistakes. This is classic Allegri ball. Clean sheets first, control without obsession, defence as a collective duty. It is not just the backline, the entire team drops, tracks, covers zones and protects each other. Milan no longer rely on winning every duel, they rely on always having cover. That alone has wiped out countless individual errors. The results speak for themselves. Against top teams, Milan now concede very little. They are disciplined, patient and brutally efficient. One of the best defensive records in the league, built on structure, not risk. At the heart of it all stands Mike Maignan, the undisputed pillar.
Il cross, il colpo di testa e...
Maignan has prevented 7.7 goals more than expected, with Milan conceding 16 goals from an XG against of 23.7. That is elite goalkeeping, 11 clean sheets, countless miracle saves, and 2 penalty stops, one against Inter in the Derby della Madonnina, and another against Paulo Dybala's Roma. His season has been nothing short of outstanding. In front of him, the defence has been rock solid. Strahinja Pavlovic and Fikayo Tomori have been absolute walls. Aggressive, focused, dominant. And then there is Matteo Gabbia, calm, intelligent and incredibly reliable. 3 centre-backs with quality, chemistry and discipline. Add Pervis Estupiñán, who is a true box-to-box weapon. He defends naturally, attacks with power and never breaks the structure. This is not the same Milan. This is a Milan that knows how to suffer, how to protect a lead and how to win ugly when needed. Allegri did not just fix the defence, he rebuilt Milan's backbone. So if this Milan doesn't feel normal, that's because it isn't. This is Allegri's Milan. Balanced, ruthless, and built to compete on every front. A team that knows how to defend, when to strike, and why it belongs at the top.